Makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good. Block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins tailgates, where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL-wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. I'm your host, Papa Paul, along here with Johnny O. What's going on, Johnny?
What's up, brother? How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Always good to see you.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll have to see how things are going, but just when you think things are getting in order, I'm not so sure now.
Wow. I mean, listen, there's still going to be more changes.
Well, Nathaniel Hackett, our quarterback coach that we just made, our quarterback coach looks like he might be going to the Cardinals as a offensive coordinator.
Well, you can't blame a guy for taking a better job.
Yeah.
You know.
But then there's talk of Coach Weaver going back to the Ravens as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, I mean, guys get promotions. They have Weaver's already gone. He signed with Baltimore, so.
Did he?
Yeah. Weaver went back to Baltimore.
Okay, so now we got to find a defensive coordinator again.
I believe they did. Did you look at that list that I sent you?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it doesn't have anything as defensive coordinator on it.
All right. I mean, they're going to keep bringing in guys they know, whether they were at Green Bay or San Fran or wherever they worked with them. So I'm not worried about it. Russell, what's up, brother?
Good evening, gentlemen. What's going on?
Just trying to stay warm.
Come on, man. You're in Florida. You guys are jumping off bridges. It's 48?
I'll take 48 right now in a heartbeat.
Yes. It's currently, I think, 22 outside right now.
Keep that.
And a couple days earlier last week, it was in the singles. I came out one morning, it was 4 degrees, and it says feels like -2.
Yep.
Well, I will say earlier this week, I feel like it did get down to 8 degrees.
Yeah, that's a normal day here.
You can keep that normal day.
We went, I think it was 10 straight days or 11 straight days of not breaking 30 degrees.
Yeah, we had a stretch probably like the second or third week of January where the highest temperature day was 14 for like 5 days, and then it was like singles. This week it's a heat explosion. It's 37 during the day today. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard you got. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
I was going to say, tell me this, Russell. Who would you like to see as our defensive coordinator? Since
They already got one. It's Dugan from
Yeah,
Green Bay.
I thought so. I thought we brought somebody
Yeah,
in.
he already got hired.
It may
You
not be
remember
on that list. That list.
Yeah,
was,
he's on there. You know, this is what's funny about football, and I said this a few times on your show. People hire people they're comfortable with.
right.
They're not going to go out and get, like everybody wanted the shiny toy Harbaugh and this one and that one. You don't have relationships with these people. I mean, it's not anything personal. It's just people have relationships with people. Look at Weaver. Weaver went back to the Ravens. Why? Because the guy that got hired as the head coach, Mintner, and him were working together on the staff when they were with the Ravens. So they're going to hire people you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
No crime in that. I mean, it is what it is.
Listen, I'd rather hire guys that they're comfortable with and have a working relationship with. So when they sit down and discuss things, they know how to discuss it. You don't want to be bringing in one guy from here and one from there and one from there. And if they have no relationship, that's how your draft gets screwed up. That's how everything gets screwed up because they can't work together.
And then you just look at all the hires that happened this football calendar with all these head coaches. Everybody that they hired, they were friendly with.
Right.
Everybody. The coach of the Cardinals, LaFleur, he worked with who? His offensive coordinator, Hackett. That's who he hired. And the same thing with the Raiders. They're hiring Kubiak after the Super Bowl. He'll be taking guys that he's comfortable with.
Yeah, but we may not have Hackett anymore.
Well, that's fine. He was going to be our quarterback coach. Good.
Yeah.
Bye.
It looks like he's going to be going to be an offensive coordinator for the Cardinals.
Yep. And I'm comfortable with that. I would rather have somebody, I mean, the quarterback coach is key, but right now we don't know who our quarterback's going to be. So we'll see.
Yeah. No, people keep asking me, "What you got a quarterback?" I'm like, I have no idea who our quarterback is at this point in time.
Yeah, we have 3 quarterbacks that are on the roster right now.
Yep. Doesn't mean any one of them is going to be the starter. I mean, and stranger things happen. Who's to say that with this new regime that they say, who's to say that Jeff Hafley doesn't come out and say, maybe we can turn Tua around? Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I'm saying no. But who's to say that they might not say, well, if we can't trade him, he's going to be on our roster unless we're going to swallow that, that dead cap money. But just hypothetically, if he's on the roster, you have to bring in competition for him. You just can't say, well, you're anointed the starter. It's a new regime, new people.
Yep.
So you got to bring in competition. I mean, I personally think that, like we said before, his hip has degenerated. He's not the same guy. I don't care if he takes jujitsu, he takes basketball, he roller skates. I care less what he does. I mean, it is what it is. We made a bet.
He used to be, that's for sure.
Yeah, we made a bad decision, and hey, you got to live with it. I mean, Denver did it with Russell Wilson. It's happened, So you can't cry over spilt milk now. I mean, but we got more holes than just the quarterback. Sure, we can address that, but we got holes everywhere, and 8 picks is not going to do it. So obviously, if you can trade back, depending on if the guy you wants at 11, that's fine. If you could trade back a few spots, I'm not saying trade from like 11 to 20, but if you could go back a few spots and add a picks in another round, that's okay. Because like I said, we need a lot of guys. And
a lot of guys.
And if you free up some money, sign tough guys. Don't sign the shiny toy and it takes all your money. You can get 3 guys, You got to build along the offensive, defensive lines and secondary. And outside of that, hey, you got to, where the chips fall, that's where it's going to be.
Yeah, and what's to say that, I mean, like I say it all the time, we're not in the building to hear the conversations. Yep. What's to say Russ doesn't say, listen, we're not getting rid of Tua. We're not going to have that dead cap space. So work with them. Let yours, fight for the job, maybe bring in somebody else to fight for the job, and then go from there. You know, it's a new regime. You got all new coaches. Let them evaluate. Let them sit down with each guy and talk to them and say, hey, you know, Tua, this is what we saw. This is, you know, 2 years ago, this is what you were doing. This is what you did this past year. We need to improve on this. And, you know, that's what training camp and everything is for. And I still don't think, even with this roster, we're only going to win 4 games at most. So,
you know, you're right with a lot of things. The thing I say, and it bothers me all the time when we hear about like positions and we hear about players, like we got a new regime, got a new head coach, got a new general manager. Okay. You got now Slowick's going to be calling the offensive plays. Well, he's offensive coordinator. I would have the head coach, the GM, and Slowick sit down with Tua and ask Tua, where do you think things went wrong? And because you can't make an evaluation by, oh yeah, we can look at tape till you're blue in the face. And there's all kind of reasons that you could break down tape. Well, this guy didn't make a block. Well, this guy didn't make a catch. Or this guy ran the wrong route. Or this play call was wrong. I want to hear out of his mouth, sitting with these, you know, decision makers, where does he think things went wrong? And then obviously you can evaluate the tape.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And they may have that conversation where they all sit in a room and talk to each other. We don't know. We will never know. We're not privy to that stuff. You know, but he definitely needs somebody else to come in there and fight for the job and see what happens. And, you know, this new regime of coaches, if they decide he's the guy, then he's the guy. If they decide he's not, he's not. But you got to remember, Ross spent a lot of money to sign him. We don't know where Ross is looking. We don't know what his feelings are. We don't know how he wants to handle the situation. And ultimately, it's his decision. He owns the damn team.
Yep. I honestly think, like I said earlier, if per se, I'm pretty sure Ross is not going to want to see $90-something million on the team, and then they're going to stink for a couple of years. His mindset, he might say he's staying, and he's got 1 year, and we'll see what happens.
No, I totally agree. I mean, it's, you know, since we started this show 3 years ago, I've been saying that we do not have the privilege of hearing the conversations in the building. We can speculate, we can give our opinion, we could say what we would like, and we're all entitled to do that. But what it comes down to is those people in the building that have these conversations, and then we just root for the 55 guys that are on the damn roster, and, you know, we go from there.
You know, the thing too, Johnny, that I would say, I mean, obviously we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but if per se we could make a choice, I would say, okay, well, Tua, quote unquote, might have burned his bridges in Miami. I would trade Tua to Arizona straight up 1-for-1 for Kyler Murray, because they both need a change of scenery. There will be a lot of people say, oh no, I don't want Kyler Murray, blah, 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 blah. But you don't know till you know.
You don't know what a change can do for somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at one of the quarterbacks that's in the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, I know. Look at that. He's on his 5th team.
Yeah, well, Minnesota's dumb for getting rid of him.
Yep. Well, because they wanted, this is what I'm saying about guys with not spending money. That's why the GM got fired. Got fired the other day. You got people who, quote unquote, don't spend the money, and then there's people that spend the money crazy and they don't look into how they spend it. I mean, you look at certain teams, look at the Jets. They went out and got Justin Fields. Now, anybody with a set of eyes would say, yeah, well, he's not at Ohio State. He was better at Ohio State. He's not been a good pro. He can run the ball. He's more like, you remember Terrell Pryor?
Yep.
Terrell Pryor was a good quarterback at Ohio State. He got in the NFL. He wasn't accurate. He could run just like Fields. And this is the thing. A lot of these evaluators, quick to say everybody looks great. Like we said this before, Johnny, and said this before, Paul. Everybody looks good in T-shirts and shorts in April.
Yeah.
Everybody has one dominant game, and everybody's jumping. Oh, he's a great player. He did this, that. Yeah, it sounds well and good. But then you got guys who come out of nowhere, didn't have, you know, all the offers a lot of these kids have and gotten the pros, and it's all a mindset thing. We've spoken about this hundreds of times. Some guys are ready, some guys aren't.
Look at Brock Purdy, the very last pick.
Yep, Brock Purdy. We can go around the league. You can grab a bunch of guys like that.
Sure.
And then there's guys that are, top 5 pick. They didn't turn out to be nothing. Then there's guys 4th round, 3rd round. It depends on the person. Certain systems too, depends on what you're working with, obviously. But
I always wonder, why is the NFL so worried about quarterbacks being a first-round pick? When you go through all the Super Bowls, how many first-round picks have actually won Super Bowls? How many number one guys have won Super Bowls?
Yeah. I mean, I could only think of a couple. Troy Aikman, I think. I can't think of a lot of them.
No, Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Was not
Doug Williams. I think Doug Williams is a first rounder, not a first pick, but I think he is a first rounder.
Yeah, a lot of the guys that win Super Bowls are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round draft picks.
Yep. Jeff Hostetler won a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. What's his name there? Tua's guru there. What was his name? I could see his face. He used to be on ESPN. And then he became a quarterback coach, and he's a college coach now. Oh my goodness! He's the one that helped Tua with the film when they was evaluating him before he made his little video so the teams could see him. Oh my goodness! Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Flacco won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You know the funny thing too about football, they made the NFL draft, and the NFL made the quarterback position the glamour position to get people interested in ratings, and we're gonna throw the ball all over the yard, and everybody gotta be on board with that. Because I grew up in the 70s. There wasn't no guys throwing the ball all over the place. It was a running game.
Yeah. Yep.
And then into the 80s, it started becoming the quarterback league when you had the 83 draft with Elway and Marino and Jim Kelly, and it started going that way. Then in the 90s, it became a power game and physicality with the Cowboys and the offensive line in San Francisco. And then they got back to the glamour because they wanted a TV rating. So then these quarterbacks, pretty much it's like flag football. You can't tackle them. You can't hit them high. You can't hit them low. Your attack zone is so small, you can't land on them directly. So how do you tackle somebody? And then the NFL wants to do in the 18th game now, and they want every single team to play one overseas game during that season. It's all money.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
And the interest is, pretty soon, football will be like boxing. It'll be pay-per-view. You have to order your games depending on, you got direct TV and all that, but that's fine.
But you need 9 streaming services to see every game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And outside of, if you live in that region or you're a season ticket holder, your chances of, if you lived on the West Coast and you want to see a Dolphins game, you're praying that they come to the West Coast if you live in the area, or vice versa. You could get to a game, in Miami.
Yeah.
Same thing with if you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you can't see the Browns, but you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you live in Seattle, Washington, or you live in Massachusetts and you're a Rams fan. And, things made it so, it's so crazy.
Well,
and then in a sense,
it's all about the money, and the more money they can make. And that's why, I see people bitching online about the overseas games. It's all about the money, folks. They're trying to expand and get more people to watch the game and to buy the merchandise. And that's all it is.
And as you know, because you went to an overseas game, those are soccer stadiums. Those places hold 90,000 people, some of them.
Yeah, the one we were at was 83,000.
So do you think the NFL is going to turn down an $80,000 to $90,000 full sellout where they can sell jerseys and hats and promotional stuff, as well as tickets, as well as packages? They ain't turning that down. When they have some stadiums that are empty in America.
Well, that's why they're doing more of the overseas stuff, because they're seeing how overseas fans are
They're all
the
over it.
product. Yeah, they're enjoying the product and they want to get more of those to make more money.
Yep. And then before you know it, they're going to make it so that every major metropolis overseas is going to, outside of Germany, Spain, and, England, don't be surprised. There'll be games in Saudi Arabia. There'll be games in Australia. There'll be a game in Japan. It's coming.
Well,
People
they're doing one in
bet
Australia this
France.
year.
It's coming because
Paris,
they know.
Paris gets one this year. Australia gets a game this year.
Yep, they know it's coming because people are in such a frenzy to see it. And eventually there'll be a Super Bowl overseas. The first one they're going to do is going to be either in London or it's going to be in Germany. There's going to be a Super Bowl overseas, I'm telling you, within the next 5 to 6 years.
You might be right. I mean, the money is
Oh,
there.
it's happening. It's going to happen.
It's all about the dollar. The
Yep.
more money
And
they
now-
bring in, the more they can pay these players, the more the
Yep.
owners make.
Well, I saw the NFLPA guy say we're not doing the 18th game. It sounds good. Yeah, when they start flashing that money around, you'll change your tune.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, they can sit and say whatever they want till they're blue in the face. We know as people that dollar changes a lot of perspectives.
And that 18th game is coming.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
coming. I heard Bob Kraft out here talking about it. He's over here dancing with Cardi B and the send-off for the Patriots in Foxborough. And they were having an 18th game and they're all looking at him. The press is like, really? He knows. He's in the damn meetings. He's an owner. You think he don't know?
Listen, we're all old enough to remember when there was only 12 games, 14 games. Then they
Yeah.
went to 16. Now they're at 17.
Yep. I remember O.J. Simpson setting their rushing record in 14 games.
Yeah.
73. So, I mean, people just have to understand it's getting to the point where the average everyday person is getting priced out of stuff because they know
You're not
overseas,
kidding.
overseas, it's a lot easier to go and say to somebody, hey, you're going to see a game. You're a Dallas Cowboys fan. They're coming to Germany or they're coming to London or they're coming to Paris next year. Cowboy fans, Steeler fans, because you've been there, Johnny. There's fans from every team at those games, whether their team's playing or not.
Oh,
And the
absolutely.
NFL,
In Spain, I saw all 32 jerseys.
guaranteed. And they capitalize on that because they're selling it out there too. I'm sure they have stands out there. Hey, come on over. We're selling Cowboys hats, Steelers hats, Vikings hats, Rams hats.
They only had the one NFL store, so you had to go in there, and they had every team.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yep.
But most of the stuff was Dolphins in Washington. But
Yeah,
they
because
did
it was
have
the
every
premier
in there.
teams. Yep, because those are the two teams playing.
Right. But yeah, I mean, and they made a ton of money, and they screwed up by not having it open the next day. They could have made a ton more money on Monday.
Yeah. And don't think that for a minute, like, people who, I don't know if they did it because I wasn't there. I'm sure they might have had everybody that walks in like a commemorative hat or towel or whatever they were handing out.
No,
At the game.
no, they actually didn't do that.
Oh, they didn't do that? Oh, okay.
But there was people outside that was selling knockoff stuff they made.
Mm-hmm.
Hats, scarves. You know, I have a scarf. It's got the Dolphins on one side and Washington on the other. I think I paid like $10 for it, but I bought it from some dude off the street. He had tons of them. He had them made and knew he could make money, and he was out there making money.
Sure. And I mean, the cost of living in Spain is a lot different from the cost of living in America. So if you're out there hustling,
I'm hoping the Dolphins get the game in Brazil. I'd love to go to Brazil.
Yeah, the funny thing is, this past year, I thought it was going to be in Brazil, the Dolphins. I mean, it was Spain. I knew once they said, I thought it was going to be the Dolphins and the Bengals originally because they kept going Bengals, Redskins. I wouldn't mind seeing the Dolphins play like in Toronto or Montreal or some shit like that,
Yeah, the only problem is that would have to be early in the year. You can't be doing that shit in November.
No, I know. I mean, I'm sure they could somewhere has a dome someplace. I wouldn't mind seeing
because they have the CFL there. So I mean,
I wouldn't mind seeing the Dolphins in Mexico.
Well, the NFL's not too worried about Canada because you already have a ton of Buffalo fans up there
Yeah.
in Canada because of where Buffalo's located, and
Yeah.
they have the CFL, they have football, so
Yeah.
the NFL's more worried about getting out to places that are
Nobody
big,
sees it. Yeah.
you know, with these big stadiums, and you know, these people go to these soccer games and they're boisterous, they're loud, they love their teams, and now they're trying to get them to love NFL teams like that.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, we're fans. We're going to do what we can to see our team, regardless of where they play. I mean, outside of them having a Super Bowl in Wyoming or Montana or Idaho, people are going to travel because they're fans and they know other people are going to be there. And it's an experience. I mean, I was talking to my man, Bob Sampson, and he was talking about Russell. They were talking about me. I guess it was him and I think Ma Baca and Chris Baca talking about what if they play in Australia? Would you go? I was like, listen, I was in the Navy. I flew to Australia. That was a flight I would never do again.
Yeah,
That's
you're
That's
talking
too much.
26 hours, right? You know,
Yeah, that's too much. And it's going through different time zones and rest and listen, I don't know. I haven't flown overseas in a long time, but I remember the last time I flew overseas and I thought it was coming to an end for me. That plane bounced like someone skipped a rock across the water. And I was freaking out. And I was like, listen, I'm mostly East Coast. I'll fly from Mass to Florida. I'll fly down south. My brother lives in Los Angeles. My other brother lives in Dallas. I won't go there. And they're like, why not? Like, nah, I ain't doing it. Mm-mm. I almost broke this lady's arm on a flight one time because the turbulence is so crazy that I grabbed, the middle thing where you arm rest in the middle.
Yeah.
And that was her arm, and I almost broke her arm because I was freaking out.
Yeah, I fly constantly. I don't care. People are always like, "Hey, have safe travels." I'm like, "That's up to the pilot." If you want to try to keep the plane in the air, I just sit there, put my
I don't have a problem with that. The flight part of it, I just have the turbulence. I mean, there's nothing you can do about turbulence. You can just ride it out. But it's just, see, the funny thing about me on flights. When I get on flights, I control the whole aisle I'm in. Close the damn window. I don't want to see clouds. I want to see sun.
Problem with any of it. I get on a flight and I'm asleep before we.
Yeah, I usually doze off. Yeah. My thing is I always like to be on the aisle. I don't like to be in the middle. I don't like to be on the window. I just like to be on the aisle. I can get in and out. I'm tall. I'll be like, nah, I'm sitting on the aisle. That's it. I always tell my girl, give me an aisle seat. I don't give a hell how much it is. I'm sitting on the aisle. Make sure it's an aisle seat. And I always sit in the Rosa Parks section, way in the back. Right near the restrooms.
I sit wherever spirit puts me. Sometimes it's row 5, sometimes it's row 35.
Yep. I don't care where it is. Aisle, way in the back. I'm good. So what's up, fellas? What you guys been up to? Johnny, you seen that? Those pins are sharp, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, those are nice looking pins.
Yeah, I was like, my girl had mailed it. Them son of a guns. I put it in regular mail. My girl put it in regular mail like 2.5 weeks ago. So I said, what mailbox did you go? She saw Robinson Street. So I went and talked to my buddy, who's a mailman. He says, oh, Robinson Street's always slow. They take a while to pick it up. I go to my mailbox today. I get the mail back, and it said postage. I was like, how the hell? This is only a regular mail. For that little envelope, they wanted to charge me $7. I'm like, you're out of your damn mind. I said, I got it. I'll take care of it. I'm gonna send it out tomorrow. I opened it. Them son of a guns ripped it across the front. I'm like, what the hell? My girl says they're crazy. That thing's not even. It weighs about as much as a stamp. What I put in there. I was like, these people are crazy. This damn post office just being highway robbers,
Yeah.
I said it ain't like. I mean, I didn't ship nothing. It's not like I ship weights or something heavy. It's a damn pin that probably don't even weigh an ounce. I was like, these people crazy. But yeah, those pins are pretty sharp. I looked at them, and the funny part was at first I was just thinking that maybe I got lost in the mail. I end up calling the pro shop, and the lady said, "Yeah, I got a couple. I'll put them away for you." I was like, "Okay." I said, "I'm just gonna wait to see if if they come back or if my friend gets them." I come back. I end up calling her. Yeah, you can sell them. She goes, "Oh, I ain't gonna sell them." She goes, "They'll probably get put in the sales bin." I said, "Well, I'll come up then. I'll grab them just in case. They're gonna be in the sales bin."
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people online trying to buy those pins, which I never realized because I've never been in.
Here's Derek.
Derek, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
How are
Yes,
you?
sir. Derek, how are you, brother?
Well, trying to get over this cold down here in Florida, man. I feel like I'm in the north.
Here we go. Here we go. Cold in Florida. What is it, 40?
So, how y'all been?
Good, man. Derek, you want to talk about cold? The last few days up here has been in single digits. I woke up this morning and it was 18, and it got to a balmy 32. But the last 4 days, it didn't get over 8.
Oh, geez. Now that's cold.
That's frigid.
Derek, you came just in time for a commercial break.
All right, Derek.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats, food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. Get your sweet treats, your good eats, and don't forget the cheesecake.
We already know about the turtle cheesecake from Papa Paul. We already know about that plug.
Yep. Derek, so what's your thoughts, Derek, so far?
At first, I was a little nervous, but I think we got some guys that know how to build teams from the draft. The thing that we've been wanting, we've always let our hometown or our homegrown talent leave after 2, 3 years, 4 years. And you can definitely tell that they're ready to build a team. I was watching an interview that they had with Troy Aikman today while I was at work. And he's really high on this guy, helping with the coaching and stuff. So I think I see some big changes coming. Tua's not leaving this year. Tua's not leaving. And I don't think Hill's leaving this year. It's going to cost way too much money. They're already guaranteed to be fine, even if they were the worst team or the best team. And I believe they're all going to be there. But they're going to make Tua, work for a starting job. I don't think he's guaranteed a starting job. I don't think we're going to get Malik Willis because he's going to want too much money, and we have no money.
It's not going to cost anything to keep Hill or get rid of him.
No, Hill doesn't cost us anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I think Hill is gone. I think Jason Sanders is gone. And if Bradley Chubb doesn't take a pay cut, he's going to be gone. So, I mean, Malik Willis, I haven't seen enough of him. 3 games with the Packers, and I mean, he played with Tennessee, and I mean, that's Tennessee. We can all sit and say woulda, coulda, shoulda, but I honestly think with Tua getting $56 million, he's not being moved.
Nope.
You just bring in competition for him. Don't anoint him as the starter. And like we said earlier before you got on, Derek, we don't know if they're going to sit down with Tua and say this, and that. What do you think went wrong? What can we do to help you? Because they have to know. You can't just go on the previous regime's, decisions. This new GM Sullivan as well as Halfley, they're going to have to see for themselves. And without self-evaluation, I can't tell how Johnny is without talking to Johnny. I mean, we could sit to a blue in the face and say,
they've already had conversations with him, I'm sure. You know what I mean? And they're in a pinch. If it was just that easy to get rid of Tua, they would have. I mean, he was one of the best quarterbacks in 2023. He's definitely good, but he's definitely a little gun shy right now. I think he's afraid to take a hit. And then when you're not,
hey, Derek, I'll put it to you this way: wouldn't you be gun shy if they put the worst right tackle in the NFL in as a starter, and then that's your blind side? Because you had Larry Bourne for like 9 games.
He's not a little gun shy. He's a lot of gun shy right now.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like I said, he was super accurate. He was never going to be a deep thrower. He's timing and accuracy. But if you're in your head, your internal clock in your head's going 1,001, 1,002, and the guy's already on top of you, and you're not the most athletic guy there is, because it's not like he's mobile in the dropbacks. He's stutter step type guy. He's a shorter guy, and if his first read's gone, he's not one of those guys that he's going to move around and look for a third option. No. And, the bad part in that is, like we said earlier, I personally, we're not going to be able to move him unless we make a trade with Arizona and trade 1-for-1. We trade him for Kyler Murray. And a change of scenery, you never know what could happen for either one of them. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I know Dolphin fans are like, we don't want Kyler Murray, blah, blah, blah. But you don't know. You only know what you know. You don't know because you haven't seen him with our team. He's athletic. He's small like Tua, but he's got a better arm, and he'll run when the heat's on. Tua don't run.
Right. Now with Hill, isn't Tyreek though? I know he's no guaranteed money, but he's still, if he plays this season, he's still owed $31 million.
Yeah, if he plays. If they cut him, they lose nothing. There's no dead cap space there.
I thought so. There's no dead cap at all with him. I thought there was.
No.
Nope. They can release him March 1st before the new NFL season opens. Or they can designate him a June 1st cut, and then they'll get a little bit. But I think March 1st he's gone.
I don't see him. I see him being cut, but then I think it's bringing him back on some kind of deal. You can tell he doesn't want to leave Miami. I think he's got another year or two in him, and then he's done. But he ain't going to get nowhere close to 30-some million.
Listen, I personally don't know how he's going to come back from tearing everything in that knee. I mean, I'm not him. I mean, I'm not privy to his workouts. I don't know what he's going to do. But he's also 32 years old, coming off a major knee injury. We got to build around the key guy, and that's Achane. And then you got to add to your wide receiver room, because we went out and got Akine, didn't do nothing. We had Cedric Wilson, didn't do nothing. Malik Washington, that bubble screen drove me nuts. Didn't really do much. Taj Washington dropped a ball, then a fumble, got in the doghouse. Waller played well while he was healthy. He went down. Then we had Greg Dulcich, who played well. And then they had Weiss at the end. I mean, but that was evaluation stuff. You need another.
Bring in a receiver within the last couple of days, 6'2" guy.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Titans. 59th pick.
Yeah. I'm saying that we have to get another formidable guy to go with Waddle. They're talking maybe Dotson from the Eagles, Jahan Dotson from Penn State from the Eagles. I mean, he's a small guy. We need a physical type guy. I'm not saying He has to be a superstar. I'm not saying that he has to be a 10-year veteran, but we need someone who's going to also be a threat. Not, oh, you're just running around. And I'm tired of hearing, oh, can your wide receivers block? Yeah, well, guess what? Can they catch? Because, I mean, I don't care if you can block. You got to block a little bit, but come on. I'm not drafting you to just block.
Yeah, we need to. There's two guys we definitely need to bring back. We need to bring back Jordan Brooks on a deal, and I think you still need to bring back Waller if he wants to play still. And then we need a cornerback. I don't know if I want to go with that Oregon tight end or go with the Ohio State cornerback in the draft. I just don't know.
Oh, Caleb Downs?
Yeah.
Well, Caleb Downs is a safety. Dolphins need to fix a whole bunch of stuff. Like we were saying earlier, one pick is not going to help us. The Dolphins' problem is, like you said, we got to re-sign Jordan Brooks. You got to give Achane a new deal. You got to have guys take cuts. And then you got to fortify your offensive line. I don't care if Austin Jackson got to go. The only ones that are worth a damn on that offensive line were Brewer and Paul.
Yep.
And then Jonah, he came on at the end, but he's, his first year playing. He was playing out of position in a sense because they should have had him on the other side next to Paul. But that's neither here nor there. James Daniels, let him go.
Yeah, trash.
Yep, Austin Jackson, he'll play good for a minute, and he always goes down. Now, you got to get him out of there, too.
Yeah,
if you're at 11, there's three guys I would see if they're still there. I want Spencer Fano, the tackle from Utah, Proctor, the guy from Alabama, or Caleb Downs from Ohio State. If those three guys are gone, you trade back a little bit. I'm not saying trade from 11 to 25, but trade back a few to get more picks because we only have 8 picks. 8 picks is not going to fortify your future. We need at least 10, 11.
You know that there was this thing, was it 2020 or 2021? The Packers drafted players. There was 593 players or plays that the snaps that they played or something. Like they're the most they built from the draft. They draft them and they play them.
They hit on their picks. And then
that's what we need to do.
Well, you know what it is? We always do the stupid thing. We always have to get the shiny toy. Because last year, we drafted Kenneth Grant. Okay, he started out slow, then he came on near the end, and he probably hit that wall because college kids don't play that many games, and that's fine. But we needed a guard. We needed a tackle. We drafted a guard, Jonah, later. But we could have got another position addressed instead of drafting Jonah later, where we could have got we should have drafted Gray Zabel. That's who we should have drafted.
Or Tyler Warren.
No, Tyler Warren wouldn't have helped us, really. We needed that offensive line fixed. Tyler Warren's a good player. Fine. But Gray Zabel made the Pro Bowl as a rookie, and he's in the Super Bowl with Seattle. Think about that. Think about that for a minute. From North Dakota State.
Right. Yeah. I think when we do the draft, I don't think you're going to get a top guy. I think you're going to get another head scratcher like the D-line we drafted, Grant, because he was good, but he wasn't like the superstar. Like, I think you're going to get some non-name. They're going to be good, but they're not going to be flashy. You're going to get these big dudes from like Nebraska, Utah, one of these big country Midwestern boys, or you go down to Miami and get one of those guys from the U. Some of them big linemen they got, because they had a massive line.
Magula, yeah.
We need a juggernaut. We need a juggernaut that's going to just thrash the shit out of you. I want a brawler, someone that's massive and not going to take any shit. And then it might not be so good.
You don't want the guy that sings in the choir on Sundays? You sure?
I don't know. It might be. And that's the thing with the Packers. They've drafted really, really good wide receivers, really good defensive line, really good offensive line. Them guys, they've been drafting. They've been hitting draft picks for years on years and years. That's why I think everybody's put down here in Jacksonville, make fun. They're calling me the Miami Packers, but hey, Packers know how to win championships and stuff, though. I mean, it's been a while, but you know,
The key to like anything, it's a crapshoot. You can grab a guy from Idaho or you can grab a guy from USC. Doesn't matter. It's all about the mentality.
Listen, where did Jerry Rice go to college?
Yep, Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the school.
In the history of the league, maybe the greatest.
Same thing with Walter Payton, Jackson State. Oh, there was guys from USC, Ohio State, Alabama. So what? That doesn't mean anything. It's all about mentality.
that's why I said we get somebody from the Midwestern. I mean, no offense, look at Josh Allen. You know, he came from a nobody school, and he's still dominant.
Wyoming.
If he had a team around him.
The funny thing, it's this. For years and years and years, the Dolphins got comfortable with, we can score and we'll play that game. We're the best track team in the NFL and we're fast and we're quick. And when they changed 2 rules, that was the end of the speed and that was the end of the fly high offense. When they said about the motion where Tyreek Hill and Waddle were moving and you couldn't decipher whether they were stopping or going, that's when, we were scoring 30, 35 points a game. And then when the line got injured, when Isaiah Wynn and Connor Williams went down, so did the Dolphins. Because they didn't have a plan B. McDaniels, it was a stubborn coordinator coach. He was like, I don't have to do what you tell me because I'm the boy genius. And I'm going to keep running it, and I'm going to keep running it. And when you guys can testify to this because you were at the game, when players are screaming out the play and where it's going on defense, and you run it exactly where they know you're running it to, you have not adjusted.
Now, how are you gonna feel if McDaniels is the Chargers and he just lights shit up?
I'm not worried about McDaniels. Why should I worry about McDaniels? He's not a Dolphins no more.
Well, I'm saying, what if he does super well, though? You know what I mean? Is he going to come down to where we should have had a quarterback all along?
Nope, I don't care. No, I don't care because different circumstances call for different measures. Right now, the Chargers are really not as better than the Dolphins. They got a better offensive line, but they're beat up too. And I mean,
they only beat us on one bad play. It was at the end of the game when we gave rid of that pass. They played man coverage. Weaver lost us the game because he's a jackass.
Jordan Phillips missed the sack. The game could have been over. He missed the sack. So it is what it is. We can sit here till we're blue in the face and say woulda, coulda, shoulda. I don't care where McDaniels went. Big deal. He's not the head coach. He's still got to answer to somebody. He can run his offense as well as he wants. He's still got a guy that is injured just as much as Tua, only he's bigger. They have the same issues as Miami. I mean, what has the Chargers really done? Really ain't really done jack. And they play the Dolphins again next year in Miami. So you'll get to see McDaniel against Miami. So who cares what he does? The funny thing about us as fans, like, listen, we had him. It didn't work out. He's somewhere else. Hey, I wish him well, except against us. I can give a shit what he does. But, the problem with us as fans is we got spoiled with that offense. But we scored 70. We scored 40. We did this. We did that. We got spoiled.
Yep. Well, that 70-point game was our downfall. After that, our heads got so big and we were done for.
Listen, the next time we scored over 30 was against the Commanders. That was the last time. And now every other game we didn't score over 20. And we lost to Tennessee when we could have had a home playoff game. Could have won the division at home. Lost to Tennessee with Will Levis on Monday Night Football.
Right.
Think about that for a second. Will Levis. I hate when, like, as fans, we pull out what we like that looks cute rather than what's actual. I mean, because we've seen a lot of games we coulda, woulda, shoulda won.
Right.
We didn't. And
now, Russ,
you got to live with it.
Russ, what is your thoughts on the new coach and the new GM and the staff?
I'm going to say this. I mean, it's a wait and see. I like Halfley because I've seen him coach up here at Boston College. Everybody screamed and hollered, whoa, he was only 2 games over 500. Well, you name how many college kids want to go to BC where there's no NIL. Think about that for a second. This ain't
Yeah.
Miami. This
And
ain't
DC
Alabama. This ain't
and
USC.
BC is one of those smart kids colleges. It's not a football college.
Yeah, and he was 2 games over 500, and he took them to bowls all the time he was here.
Three out of the 4 years. Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't complain about that. Boston College doesn't have the lineup that Clemson, the Florida States, the Georgias, and the Alabamas put out. They play well. They're decent. They're in a tough conference, ACC, and people don't realize he did a good job here. Because, I mean, you're not getting the top five-star guys coming to Boston College. I'm telling you right now, you're not.
You're getting
Right.
1-star guys that play at Boston College.
Yeah,
And I do know one thing. I do know that one thing with Halfley. He's always produced a lot of good defensive ends. I think Chop, it's going to be a make or break year for Chop. He's going to have to hit the weight room and stay healthy, or I think he's going to get replaced after this year.
I think the Dolphins, like I said, we have to invest in physicality. I don't give a damn if you got a guy from your local Christian church or your synagogue. If he can block and knock you off the ball for 4 quarters, he's going to be relentless. That's what I want. I'm tired of hearing, oh, he's an athletic offensive guy. He's got good feet. What's that going to do for you? He can't move the guy in front of him.
Yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to the Senior Bowl here eventually coming up. I think that's going to be decent. But yeah, the other thing is they keep talking about, being intensifying everything and, physical. I mean, these coaches can only say so much, but, I want to see actions, and we're not going to see actions for a little while. But I don't know. I'm only predicted probably 6-7 wins this year, with or without Tua starting. And then I definitely think we do draft a quarterback in the 27 draft.
Yeah, because there'll be 4 good ones.
I don't know if we'll get a good one. I don't think we'll get even if we have the option to get the top, say we get a top 5 pick, I still don't think we'll get this. I still think they'll find somebody that's not so shiny, because that's just the way the Packers are.
Well, you got to remember too, Stephen Ross is paying the checks. And I hypothetically say, we'll just go with this one. Say next year, the Dolphins win 4 games, like we all generally think, 4 to 6 games. Say we're in the top 5 picks. Well, say we're in the top 2 picks. You got the kid from Virginia Tech. I mean, not Virginia Tech, for South Carolina. You got Arch Manning. You got the kid at USC. And there's somebody else. There's going to be 4 good ones in the top 6 picks.
The kid from Oregon that went back to school.
Yeah, yep, him too, Dante Moore. He's small, though. But just say, you are not going to sit here and say that the shiny toy is not going to be taken when Sullivan and Halfley, they're not going to be saying, well, we're going to go back-to-back losing seasons. Considering you still have Josh Allen in your division. Now you have Drake May, because New England's going to be loaded because he's still on a 5th-year contract, so he's not getting no big money, so they can sign whoever.
He wins the Super Bowl, though. He's going to get paid.
God, please, no. Don't
I know. I hope the hell not. But
don't put that in the air. I've been arguing with people all week.
I think Seattle's defense is going to eat his ass up this weekend.
Yeah, and he's playing with a bad shoulder, too.
Yeah, he's hurt. Yep, he's hurt.
Yeah, they're not saying much, but I know because he's, it's funny. I was in Providence the other day at my daughter's, and I went to Providence Place Mall, and I saw Christian Gonzalez in the mall. And he saw me, and he looked, and he double glanced, and he saw me with my Dolphin hat on. And I said, "You damn right, Dolphins," and he gave me the thumbs down. He's going in the elevator. He didn't say that. He just gave me the thumbs down. He smiled and gave me the thumbs down. And
they say he's cool. They say he's cool as shit too.
Yeah, he is cool. He's super cool. I've seen people I went to the UConn women's game. I had on my Dolphin shirt, and there was this guy. He was like, "You're a Dolphin fan?" I said, "Yeah." And it was the game was New Year's Eve, and I was telling him that I'm going to the game Sunday in Foxborough. He says, "Oh, you're going to sit out in the cold for that?" Now, mind you, this guy's a Dolphins fan. He lives in Providence, which is 26 minutes from the stadium. And he said he's never been to a Dolphin Patriot game.
I don't know how you could not. I don't know how. I mean, I understand if you were tight for money, but if you live there and you've been there for
Listen.
like 20, 30 years, how the hell do you not go?
Because this is what I was telling. I was telling our brother Saul this, because Saul came for the first time 3 years ago, and I had told him, I'm tired of hearing people say I'm tight for money. You if you want to go to a game, you'll go to a game.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to sit on the field. You can get in the stadium. You can walk around. You can buy a 300 level seat. You can do anything you want if you apply yourself. I've never heard, I can't. I tell people all the time, I'm African American, not African American. If you want to do something, you're going to do it. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to go get a Super Bowl ticket, but we had went to the Dolphins game, the Sunday night game, sat in the lower end zone. Bob Sampson had came the year before. He had never been to Foxborough. He had reached out to me and was like, oh, it's so cold. I heard this. I heard that. I'm like, listen, stop listening to people who have never been here give you a perspective on here. I hate when people talk about Massachusetts, but they ain't never been. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never been, how can you give an observant view of what goes on because someone else went and told you? I live here. I've been going to Patriots games in Foxborough since 77. And the first time I went to a Patriots game was when they played in Boston in 1970. So ain't nobody going to tell me, oh, they do this, they do that. That's just hyper people just trying to enthuse.
Yeah, you can hear everybody's opinion, but until you need to go up and experience it to your own thing. Like I was told, oh, you don't want to go to Baltimore. Why would you want to go to Baltimore to watch them? I'm like, well, that's the closest for me to go see them. I can drive to them. I'm making a way to do it, and it was great.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, guys? I don't care what stadium you go to. There's good people and there's jerks. No matter where you go.
Right.
There's no good stadium saying, oh, well, they're nice to me, or they ain't. Listen, you're going to have some jerks that'll be screaming at you, saying dumb stuff to you, got, their own opinions. Fine. I always say this. You can have all the opinions of the world. Just don't put your hands on me.
Yep. That or touch my family or anybody like that.
Everything's off the table when that happens.
Yep.
But the funny thing is, when Saul came, he couldn't believe how many Dolphin fans were in Foxborough. He's like, whoa, this is crazy. Bob Sampson, same thing. He came January 1st, 3 years ago, and he couldn't believe because for years he never came up here, and he was always under, oh, it's cold, oh, the fans, I don't know. He comes, he loves it. Why? Because you enjoy yourself. There's so much to offer and so much to see rather than hear out of somebody else's perspective who's never been here. Like I've heard people say, oh, the Red Sox-Yankee games, I would never go there because the fans fight, the violent, blah, blah, blah. Those are circumstances. It could happen anywhere.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's going to happen here. Saul came, Red Sox-Yankees first time 2 years ago, loved it. And he was wearing all Philly stuff, and I was wearing all Atlanta Braves. And neither one of those teams were playing.
Right.
It's just, you have to be able to adapt. I mean, I've been to Dolphin games where people are stupid. I've been to Dolphin games where people are cool. It's every stadium's like that. You get drunks and start drinking 4 in the morning before they even leave their house and get to the parking lot when it opens at 7 and it's sloshed. And they're talking garbage. Listen, it's all off the boards if you put your hands on me. Me, Papa Paul, Saul, we walked around Fort Lauderdale. We ran into all kind of people. We didn't have a big problem with nobody.
Right.
Why? You see fans of other teams, so what?
Yep.
Shit, I went down there when the damn elbow room was all Buffalo Bills fans. So it looked like I was in damn upstate New York.
Yeah, we walked right by that. We walked right by them and everything. They didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen.
I harassed them a little bit and kept going.
And they flew home with a loss. So it is what it is. You enjoy yourself. You have a great time. That's all you can do.
All right, guys. It's almost that time, so let's get Super Bowl predictions.
I'm going with Seattle is going to win by 7.
I'll say I'm going Seattle 31-20.
I'm going Seattle by 3 because I can't root for the Patriots. That just can't happen.
Yeah.
I'm going Seattle 35-17.
Oh, you think it's going to be that? Wow. Okay.
I think Seattle's defense is going to kill them.
Right.
I think the key to the game, Seattle's going to run the ball, and they're going to beat them up. They're going to beat up New England, and they're going to force New England to be one-dimensional. And New England's going to be in trouble because they're not going to be able to block those guys.
And then if May's only going to be able to take so many hits if his shoulder's bad. You know what I mean? He's only going to be able to run so much.
And I see Ramondre Stevenson, who hasn't fumbled in a while. He's going to have a fumble. Mark my words.
Yep.
And it's going to be red Gatorade dumped on the head coach. I'm going red Gatorade.
You better get on your app and pick it then.
I don't have to go on my app. There's a casino one town over. I can just go there.
I'm saying orange Gatorade.
I'm going red Gatorade. I don't know, cherry, whatever you want to call it. I'm going red fruit punch. I'm going red Gatorade.
I'm going blue Gatorade for the winning team.
Oh, I'm going red Gatorade. Sticking with my guns. I might even throw in a little side bet over there.
Hey, Johnny O, your Super Bowl things, what was that for? Is that just for charity or whatever?
No, I've been running these for years, bro.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I seen it, but then I got in too late when I seen it, Jordy. You were doing the numbers, and I was like, oh, shit, I could have done that.
Oh, Johnny, what, you doing the squares, Johnny?
Oh, I got 8 different ones. I've been doing them for years.
Wow, nice. That's awesome.
They're all filled up, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I figured they didn't take too long to go.
Yeah, those go quick, man. We used to do it at Titleist. It used to be $5,000 in a thing. They would do $1,500 a quarter.
Yeah, you got a couple big ones on there. You can make some serious money.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys for having me on, man.
Yep. Are we doing another show after the Super Bowl, like that Wednesday? Because we're not doing too many more, right, until the draft?
I don't know when we're going to do another show yet at this point in time. I will let you know through the text and everything.
Okay.
As always, my brothers, it was a joy seeing you guys and hearing from you. You guys stay safe.
Peace, love, and fins up, all.
Yeah, peace, love, fins up, guys. Everybody
Good
take
luck,
care.
Saul Winters, on your job interview, my brother.
Yeah, take care, Saul. Hopefully you get that job. That'll be cool.
All right, I'll talk to you guys soon, brothers.
Yes, sir.
We'll be in touch, y'all. Johnny O, Paul, fins up, guys.
Fins
Peace,
up.
love, fins up.
We'll talk to you soon.